Okay, so next up, and again, we're going rapid fire through some of these now. Content, how long does it live on LinkedIn? Now, we're talking about the feed here as opposed to articles, which might have a bit of a longer life. But do they die off in a day? Or do they can they come back to life after a week if someone, I don't know, Elon Musk's repost your content, can they come back to life after the fact?
I mean, content lives forever, Will. Anytime I could go on your page now and literally search through pretty much all of your content as far back as I want, and people will search at different lengths. In terms of more recent content, how long it lasts, at the moment, it's kind of extending. So it used to be really within the first sort of 24, 48 hours, that was your core engagement time, and then it would probably drift off into the distance. But now we're kind of seeing that extend to up to about a week, sometimes even just beyond a week, and posts are still getting good engagement over that duration of time, and that's part of LinkedIn changing the algorithm. So yes, it lasts. Yes, it's going to make a lasting impression, and anytime people engage in it, then it's going to continue reaching more and more audiences. So yeah, it lasts, but probably nothing beyond 2 weeks at the moment. I don't think LinkedIn will push it that far.
Sure. I think that's a really fair point and an important point that you said there of whatever stupid thing you say now are on LinkedIn forever. Is it possible to delete posts?
Yes, yeah, you have full control. So if you change it, and I'll give you one story where I did this once, and I can't tell you the stress it caused me. It was 2 years ago, and I spoke at the Sales Innovation Expo in London, and a friend of mine, Chris Murray, fellow sales author and speaker, amazing guy. We went and had a glass of champagne at the end of the day, big talks, busy day. And I posted on the Daily Sales, there's an Elmo meme where he has like a bowl of fruit or a pile of cocaine, and he dunks his head into this pile of, I'm assuming it's cocaine anyway. Anyway, I don't usually share stuff like that. I try to keep it, family friendly content. But I use that post, and I can't remember if I used the term cold calling and social selling to try and provide a sales funny. Anyway, I posted it. I felt so guilty, Will. I really didn't feel comfortable sharing it. Anyway, by coincidence, LinkedIn crashed for about 15 minutes. But I thought I'd been blocked. I
No.
thought that meme had suddenly made LinkedIn delete my account, and everything was suddenly gone. And Chris will attest to this. It was the most stressed I think I've ever been, and I felt for him because for those 15 minutes, I was not in a good place. So yes, you can delete, because all I wanted to do was go and delete it. I felt so bad. I was like, I need to delete that post, but LinkedIn wouldn't let me. So yes, you can delete posts, and hopefully LinkedIn won't crash when you choose to delete something.
When you delete a post, it might not be visible on LinkedIn, but it's on the internet. So there's a website called waybackmachine.com. And if you were to go back to that moment in time, it could very well have snapshotted the daily sales page because it obviously gets so much attention, so much traffic. Wayback Machine will be documenting it. And so if you go back to that, it will probably still be on there in that snapshot. Just as a mental note for anyone who is talking about politics or is talking about even sports, or as I did, talking about maybe one of my customers in the future will be hedge funds. And I'm here encouraging people to bet against them. So all that is there, and even if you delete it, is somewhat documented. And so don't post anything. I think what you did there is a meme. It's not end of the world stuff, is it? But if you do post something that might be more political, if you do it after maybe a few more glasses of champagne and you regret it in the morning, don't just double check it before you post it. Cool. On that then, and this ties into the length of time that a post lives for, even if it's just in the feed as opposed to in the back end of LinkedIn. Can we reuse posts? If we have a post that does really well, can we reuse it a month later?
100%. Content is an asset, and you should be storing all your posts. Now, there's a few different ways you do it. So I've got a few clients that I consult with, and we literally copy and paste their posts. We usually, I tend to have a rule, no sooner than sort of 3 months. If you post it sooner than that, you are going to potentially reach the same people. But after that period of time, if you're actively growing your audience, which hopefully you will be doing, you're going to have a whole load of new people, and it's going to reach new people. And actually what we found in some of the occasions is the post has performed better the second time round than it did the first time round. So yes, it can definitely work. Personally, I haven't to date copied and pasted a post of mine, which I think is quite an achievement for sort of 5 years of active posting, but I will tell similar stories in different ways. So I'll find different ways to share a tip or a bit of advice, try and sort of dress it up in some slightly different way. So it's still similar things, but it's just presented in a different way. So yes, you can reuse, reshare, retell, either do it the same way, but leave at least 3 months before you do it, or just find different ways to tell that story.